Your body needs to consume at least 13 vitamins and 16 minerals on a regular basis to function properly. A risk that is often not talked about is that taking a multivitamin can lead to nutrient deficiencies. Hi there everyone, welcome to the Tamriko lifestyle channel where I talk about loving yourself and the world around you through veganism. I haven't eaten meat for 8 years and have been completely vegan for more than 3 years, so I share my knowledge and experience with you. Multivitamins are one of the most commonly used supplements in the world, with about a third of all adults now taking them. In the nutritional supplements department, we find dozens of dietary supplements filled with various vitamins and minerals. So-called multivitamins offer to supplement our diet and support our health and well-being. The labels certainly tout a number of desirable health outcomes, improved bone health, immune support, and increased energy, to name just a few. But are these supplements necessary? Do they actually keep us healthy? What should we pay attention to? Today I will answer the most common questions about multivitamins, their advantages and disadvantages, and together we'll find out whether they are necessary to our lives. Do you agree? In the meantime, please support my work for English language YouTube with your likes, subscriptions and comments, as you will help the channel a lot. Thank you. What are multivitamins? Multivitamins is a combination of many different vitamins and minerals that are commonly found in foods and other natural sources and are needed for overall health. They are aimed at filling nutritional gaps and are usually taken in the form of pills, chews, capsules or liquids. Multivitamins are available in different doses and forms, for example, to meet the nutritional needs of children, women, men or the elderly. They can be bought in pharmacies, herbal shops, supermarkets and online stores. In Europe, multivitamins are legally considered food supplements, a category that includes any food products containing a concentrated amount of vitamins, minerals and or other substances with a nutritional or physiological effect. The term multivitamins covers products with very different compositions, as they may include additional ingredients such as fatty acids, amino acids, enzymes, probiotics, herbs and botanical extracts. People who take multivitamins often to do so to improve or maintain their health, protect themselves from nutritional deficiencies, or simply to make up for nutrient deficiencies in their diet. Some multivitamins are specifically designed to support immunity, pregnancy, energy, or even athletic performance. In fact, the main task is to provide the body with vitamins that are not supplied by food. Multivitamins are also used to treat vitamin deficiencies, lack of vitamins caused by illness, pregnancy, poor nutrition, digestive disorders, and many other conditions. Multivitamin ingredient lists vary from brand to brand, but usually include fat-soluble vitamins, vitamins A and beta-carotene, D, E, and K, water-soluble B vitamins, thiamine, riboflavin, niacin, pantothenic acid, vitamin B6, folic acid, and vitamin B12. Minerals: iron, iodine, selenium, and zinc. You can buy multivitamins without a prescription, and most people consider them safe, which may explain their popularity. But is this true, or are multivitamins not safe? Watch this video to the end and you will learn the possible side effects of multivitamins and the ingredients that can cause them. Why do we need vitamins? Your body needs to consume at least 13 vitamins and 16 minerals on a regular basis to function properly. Vitamins are an invisible source of energy, health and vitality. Their deficiency can lead to a number of serious consequences. Vitamins are closely related to all organs. If at least one of them is missing, the entire system called the body can malfunction. Vitamins play an important role in many chemical reactions that are constantly taking place in your cells. Most vitamins are involved in many different reactions, so one vitamin can have many functions. They can act as regulators of cells and tissue growth. Vitamin A. Some are enzymes, biological catalysts that help certain chemical reactions to take place. B vitamins. Some have a hormone-like function. Vitamin D. Others can act as antioxidant, neutralizing harmful free radicals. Examples are vitamin C and E. Free radicals particles are highly reactive atoms that can damage cells and cause disease and aging. What are the positive aspects of multivitamins? There are no more or less important vitamins. All of them are equally useful and irreplaceable. For most people, multivitamins are not necessary, but for some people, such as elderly, people who have low appetite or difficulty maintaining a balanced diet due to illness or even pregnancy, multivitamins can help fill nutritional gaps. Supplements that provide up to 100% of the daily recommended intake and generally considered safe and often have no side effects if taken as directed. Our bodies are able to absorb vitamins and minerals from synthetic sources. However, the degree of absorption of specific multivitamin products is less clear. The absorption of nutrients depends on various individual factors, such as our genetic or nutritional status, as well as the formula of the supplements and how it is taken, for example, with a specific food or an empty stomach, etc. Supplements may appear on the market without clinical trials and scientific documentation to support their effectiveness, making it difficult to answer these questions. Although classic diseases associated with nutrient deficiencies, such as rickets and scurvy, and now rare, insufficient levels of certain macronutrients can still impair a wide range of biological functions. For example, you have probably heard that insufficient calcium and vitamin D intake over time can contribute to osteoporosis later in life, or that low folic acid intake in pregnant women increases the risk of neural tube defects in newborns. However, you may not have considered that macronutrient deficiencies can also increase susceptibility to disease and chronic conditions such as cancer, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, age-related macular degeneration, and cognitive dysfunction. Insufficient amount of certain macronutrients can also lead to poor immune function, making you more vulnerable to infections. Optimists say that despite the lack of clear evidence of health benefits, multivitamin supplements are low risk and low cost, and it helps fill potential gaps in the diet that people may have. Therefore, if you are determined to take a course of multivitamins, then answer the following questions. Why do I want to take multivitamins, and do I not have the opportunity to replace them with a varied diet? What components of this complex may be unnecessary for my body? Are there any contradictions to one of the components in the complex for my health? In general, multivitamins can be seen almost as a safety net, a way to make sure you cover all your needs when it comes to nutrition. Multivitamins can also be useful for those who have a very restricted diet or do not eat certain food groups such as fruits or vegetables. In this case, multivitamins can help fill in the nutritional gaps. What are the dangers of multivitamins? First, it should be noted that despite their similar appearance, nutritional supplements should not be confused with medicines. Multivitamins are a type of food product, which means that they cannot be used to treat serious illnesses and should never be used as a substitute for medical treatment. Only those health claims that have been approved by the European Commission can be listed on the packaging. Beware of food supplements that claim any health benefits in their advertising, such as multivitamins for hair and nails or for memory and concentration. These general claims refer to the vitamin and mineral contained in the supplements and do not necessarily refer to the specific effects of the supplement itself. The reality is that a healthy diet provides the same benefits everything a person needs to meet his body's vitamins and mineral needs. One of the biggest arguments against taking multivitamins is that it can lead to a somewhat excessive intake of certain nutrients. Indeed, studies have shown that regular use of multivitamins leads to slightly excessive intake of calcium, folic acid, selenium, and zinc in a small proportion of middle-aged and older adults. However, blood levels of these nutrients remain within clinically acceptable ranges. Beware of products that contain much more than the daily value of various macronutrients, especially fat-soluble vitamin A, D, E, and K, and iron, and be sure to read the ingredients of other supplements you take to prevent overconsumption. Multivitamins do not contain the full daily value for all macronutrients such as calcium, magnesium, and choline, because you will end up with a pill that is too large to swallow. There is no clear evidence that taking nutritional supplements can benefit the health of people who do not have nutrient deficiencies. A risk that is often not talked about is that taking a multivitamin can lead to nutrient deficiencies. An excess of one nutrient can lead to a deficiency of another nutrient. For example, excessive zinc intake can cause copper deficiency. Some nutrients can also interact with certain prescription medications. Always consult your doctor and registered dietitian for specific recommendations related to your multivitamins and individual nutritional needs. Also, keep in mind that multivitamins and nutritional supplements are not regulated by the Food and Drug Administration. Always make sure that the multivitamin you choose comes from a reliable source and have been tested. Each nutrient has a UL upper limit intake, which scientists believe is the point at which it becomes toxic. Exceeding the UL for a nutrient can lead to overdose and serious side effects such as liver damage and even death. For example, giving your child a multivitamin containing iron when they don't need it can also lead to an iron overdose. Science believes this is the leading cause of poisoning in children under 6 years of age. Multivitamins usually contain 3 categories of nutrients. Some of them cause more side effects at higher doses than others. Now I will talk about those vitamins and minerals that can be particularly harmful if you take them in high doses. Water-soluble vitamins. Excessive intake of water-soluble vitamins usually does not cause serious side effects, even if the intake is close to the UL. That's because your body tends to flush out excess of these vitamins through your urine. However, intake that are several times the UL can lead to a variety of problems. For example, vitamin C intake that is 3 times the UL can cause cramps, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, or migraines. Excess vitamin B3, also known as niacin, starting at 3 times the current UL can lead to stomach pain, high blood pressure, vision problems, and liver damage. Fat-soluble vitamins. Multivitamins that contain a large amount of fat-soluble vitamins can be harmful because excess of these vitamins can accumulate in the body. For example, excessive intake of vitamin A can cause headache, liver damage, weakened bones, and birth defects. Smokers and ex-smokers may especially benefit from avoiding multivitamins that contain a large amount of vitamin A or beta-carotene, which the body can convert to vitamin A. Excessive intake of these nutrients can increase the risk of lung cancer. As for vitamin K, studies have not found that excessive intake can cause too many problems. However, this vitamin can interact with various medications, including antibiotics and blood thinner. People currently taking medications should tell their healthcare provider if they are taking a multivitamin containing vitamin K. Minerals. Like fat-soluble vitamins, minerals can build up in your body if you take them in excess, which can lead to harmful effects. For example, excessive intake of certain minerals such as iron, copper, magnesium, and zinc can cause indigestion, constipation, diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, and headaches. Excessive iron intake is particularly harmful because it can also cause liver problems. For this reason, authorities advise postmenopause adults to avoid taking multivitamins that contain 18 milligrams of iron or more unless their healthcare provider advises them to do so. Can supplements replace food? A well-balanced diet is the best way to get almost all of your nutrients. However, multivitamins are a good alternative source for those who cannot meet their nutrient needs through diet alone. If you take a multivitamin, it's probably because you want to do everything you can to protect your health. But there is still little evidence that a daily cocktail of essential vitamins and minerals really has the effect you expect. Most studies have not found any benefit from multivitamins for brain or heart protection, but there are potential benefits and no risk from taking one standard daily dose of multivitamins. Nutrient-dense foods contain a rich array of nutrients and bioactive substances that promote health and nutrient absorption. When we isolate vitamins and minerals in a product, we remove the potential for positive nutrients and energies that we find in nature. Today, science have not found found convincing evidence that nutritional supplements can maintain health and prevent chronic disease in the same way that a healthy diet in general does. Sometimes we can even get the opposite effect, as large amounts of certain vitamins and minerals compete with each other for absorption when they are present together in the intestines. For example, high doses of iron and zinc can reduce copper absorption, and calcium can reduce iron absorption. We often find all these minerals combined in multivitamins. Vitamin and mineral supplements can be useful for people who cannot or do not get certain nutrients from their diet. Specific cases include low food intake. People who exclude certain food groups or cannot eat certain foods for medical reasons, for example allergies, are at higher risk of nutrient deficiencies. For example, vegans and vegetarians are often advised to take vitamin B12 supplements. Similarly, people with dark skin or those living in countries with little sun are recommended to supplement with vitamin D, as it can be difficult to get enough from food alone. Pregnancy and breastfeeding. During pregnancy and breastfeeding, you need more of certain vitamins and minerals such as folate and iron, and it can be difficult to get enough of them through diet alone. Pregnancy vitamins are usually recommended to be taken in addition to a balanced diet to ensure that mother and baby and getting enough of the key nutrients. Aging. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at absorption certain vitamins and minerals, and we may have difficulty eating enough food due to low appetite or dental problems. This increases the risk of deficiencies in certain vitamins and minerals such as calcium, vitamin D, and vitamin B12 in older adults. Diseases that impair the absorption of nutrients. People who have medical conditions that affect nutrient absorption, for example, Crohn's disease, chronic alcohol use, etc., are more susceptible to nutrient deficiencies and may benefit from supplementation. Some medications, if taken for a long time, can also put us at risk of deficiencies and increase the need for certain vitamins and minerals. So, should you consider a multivitamin as part of a healthy lifestyle? Start by asking yourself why you need a multivitamin. If you suspect that your diet is lacking in nutrients, you can safely take multivitamins after consulting your doctor. What does science say about multivitamins? Despite all the research on vitamins and health, we have only a few rigorous scientific studies on the benefits of true multivitamins. Pills that provide essential vitamins and minerals in relatively low amounts that the body normally needs. To date, however, there are only 2 large long-term clinical trials of multivitamins. The Physicians' Health Study 2 was the first to evaluate the long-term effectiveness of multivitamin in preventing chronic disease. It tested 4 supplements, including a multivitamin for the prevention of certain diseases among nearly 15,000 male physicians over the age of 50. A large group of male doctors had been taking multivitamins or placebos for more than a decade. The researchers studied the effects of long-term use of multivitamins by healthy men on various aspects of health. Here's what they found. Cancer. Men were 8% less likely to get cancer. The protective effect was greatest in men with a history of cancer. Eyesight. Lower risk of developing cataracts. Cardiovascular diseases. No protection against heart attacks, strokes, or death from cardiovascular disease. Brain. No protection against memory or mental decline. However, some medical experts treat multivitamins according to the principle. It may help, but the main thing is not to harm. That is, these supplements can be a safety net to fill in gaps in the diet, even for people who mostly eat a healthy diet. Should I take multivitamins without a doctor's prescription? First, determine your purpose for taking a multivitamin. It may also be advisable to get a complete blood test to identify any nutritional deficiencies or gaps. Based on your goals and nutrient needs, consult a dietitian to help you choose the right multivitamin. Multivitamins can be a useful tool to help meet your nutritional needs and fill any gaps caused by poor diet or illness. However, they are only an insurance policy and should not replace food as the main source of nutrition. Studies have shown that taking a multivitamin as prescribed by a doctor usually does not cause any serious problems, and many over-the-counter brands are relatively inexpensive. In addition, some people get a psychological boost from taking a multivitamin in the morning. It's another way to maintain an active, healthy lifestyle along with exercising, drinking enough water, and managing stress. But be aware that taking a multivitamin daily can cause unpleasant gastrointestinal side effects or put you at risk of toxicity from certain nutrients. They can also interfere with certain medication. Always consult your doctor before starting a new supplement regimen. They can help you determine if a daily multivitamin is right for you. Do not take a multivitamin with milk, other dairy products, calcium supplements, or antacids that contain calcium. Calcium can make it difficult for the body to absorb some of the ingredients in a multivitamin. Multivitamins may interact with certain medication or affect the main medication work in your body. Ask your doctor or pharmacist if it is safe for you to take a multivitamin if you are also taking tretinoin or isotretinoin, antacids, antibiotics, diuretic or water tablets, medicines for heart or blood pressure. Everyone has individual nutritional needs and goals, so it's important to find a multivitamin that meets those goals. Whether you're trying to boost energy levels and athletic performance, replenish vitamin deficiencies, or support pregnancy, multivitamins vary depending on individual needs. For the average healthy person, eating a diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables usually provides enough of the vitamins and minerals they need. Never take more than the recommended dose of a multivitamin. Do not take more than one multivitamin product at a time unless recommended by your doctor. Taking similar vitamin products together can lead to an overdose of vitamins or serious side effects. Many multivitamins also contain minerals such as calcium, iron, magnesium, potassium, and zinc. Minerals, especially in large doses, can cause side effects such as tooth discoloration, rapid urination, stomach bleeding, irregular heart rhythm, confusion, muscle weakness, or feeling limpness. Read the label of any multivitamin product you take to make sure you know what it contains. Daily intake of fat-soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K in high doses can lead to toxicity. Multivitamins, especially those containing iron, can cause stomach upset. To reduce this effect, they should be taken with food. That's why the best time to take a multivitamin is usually with a meal. Multivitamins that are high in biotin, particularly those for hair, skin, and nails, can lead to acne. More concerning than the side effects, however, are the unknown problems that can occur if you take a multivitamin that has not been tested by a third party. With untested products, you can't really know what you are taking. This can lead to really significant problems and side effects if the products contain unregistered ingredients or harmful additives. Do you agree with me? Write your opinion in the comments and share this video. What happens to your body when you take a multivitamin daily can range from restoring energy to increasing mental strength. While research on multivitamins is ongoing, a daily multivitamin may not be beneficial for everyone. The truth is that multivitamins may not do much good if you eat a healthy diet. Eating a variety of healthy food is a primary approach to providing your body with the nutrients it needs. Talk to your healthcare provider about supplementation options if you have a poor appetite, digestive problems, food allergies, or new pregnancy, or are planning to become pregnant. Therefore, my advice is that if you have no direct indications for taking multivitamins, you should simply follow a balanced diet to maintain your health, or ask your doctor about the deficiency of specific vitamins and minerals you have to specifically fill this gap. And stay healthy. I hope my video can help you make the right and best choices for your health. Thank you for joining me. See you soon.